Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's thought for the day. I think it's Thursday. I think it is. Some of you will know that one of my all-time favourite songwriters is Bob Dylan, who is an important figure not just in music but also in literature. And he was awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature in 2016, and his work has been the subject of degrees, many university courses around the world, and I've read several biographies about him over the years, and I'm just reading the latest one in which the writer, Clinton Heylin, has had access to all of Dylan's archives, which are lodged with the University of Tulsa. And this current book covers his early career from 1961 to 1966. And as I'm reading it, and I'm listening to the songs also from that era. And one famous song from 1964 is a song called With God on Our Side. And it's a song that questions the use of that phrase, with often opposing sides, both claiming God being on their side. If you don't know the song, you'll easily find it on YouTube if you're interested to follow that up. And I suppose it got me thinking again, is God on our side? Well, I suppose the answer from a person of faith, the immediate answer might be, yes, of course he is. The Bible says that he is. However, that response is a little too easy. And I think we may have to dig a little deeper to find the real answer. And we would be right to say that it says that in the Bible, but that notion of God on our side is a little more nuanced than we're suggesting when we say it. The notion that God is always present in Jerusalem, for example, was often denounced by the prophets. Jesus' actions in the temple clearly showed that God was not necessarily on the side of the establishment of the day. You see, the use of that phrase, God on our side, has been misused by people to justify war and destruction throughout the ages. Perhaps we need to consider an alternative view. At our deepest level, if we have faith, we believe that God is always for us. He's for his creation. He's for us in that he hasn't abandoned us to death, decay and destruction, but he came to restore us in his Son. And that's like a parent who tells their criminal child, I love you, while at the same time handing them over to the police. There's an important but subtle difference between God being for us and God being on our side. The language of sides polarizes us, and it simplifies matters in order to draw some sort of strength, some sort of justification, because it can be difficult to hold strong convictions where we understand the complexity of something, because when we understand the complexity of something, we can see many angles. And if we're going to war, and sometimes that has been simplified to give us tunnel vision, to encourage people to go to war. And that's why truth is always, as they say, the first casualty of war. And if the gospel means anything at all, it means seeing beyond the opposites of us and them. As soon as we say God is on my side, it raises the possibility of conflict. far beyond that similar phrase, God is with me, or even God by my side. And it also raises the sense of being certain that I am right and you are wrong. And it's important because we live in an increasingly polarized world where that claim God on our side is on our side has done and is doing terrible damage. We see it in Palestine, we saw it in Bosnia, we saw it in our colonial past, we see it in Islamic extremism, we see it in the Christian right wing in the USA and beyond. It's very dangerous thinking. Of course, as Christians, we do have to take a view on many difficult matters. We might have to take a view on going to war. We should certainly pray about those things. And we should certainly act with conviction as far as that's possible. As Bob Dylan pointed out, we should be very cautious about claiming God is on our side. There's a world of difference between saying honestly that we've prayerfully tried to make the right choice and claiming God is on your side. The trouble is that when that sort of language comes into our thinking, infiltrates our thinking, we become susceptible to believing it. And often we do have to take a side, don't we? But we need to do so with some humility and confidence that serious prayer brings. We may well claim that God is with us because he is, but we should certainly be wary of saying he is on my side. Well, look after yourselves, and I'll speak to you next week. Take care. Bye-bye. God bless.